In this day and age of technology and viral social media, we have witnessed defaming of each and everything. Probably everything and anything has been defamed. It might be a person, it might be a brand, a diet, or even a simple ingredient. Not too long ago, there was a spice which had gotten very bad reputation about being artery clogging, or it was supposed to it used to increase the cholesterol, and it also contributed to the heart problem. And this was just about its problems for the health, but the spice itself was very confusing. Sometimes it came in a big circular green raw form with a lot of water, or sometimes it came looked like a brown covering hard shell with a little water and some kind of sweet meat in it. And then sometimes you can see it in grocery stores in powder form or in shredded form. And this spice actually confused people a lot, and it also made a lot of headlines. So what spice are we talking about? Today's spice is very, very, very different, but it came out very better, bolder, and it made headlines like I told you. So welcome to our spice series. It's week 49, and we are going to see 3 amazing health benefits of this saturated fat, which actually helps you burn calories. Now this might be very confusing, but yes, we are talking about coconut. And welcome to Sona Motivates. We motivate you to eat healthy, be happy, and enjoy every moment. So we are talking about today's spice, and it is nothing but coconut. So this is one of the form, and there are so many different forms available in supermarket, and I'm going to talk about all of those. We are going to explore them together, and most of them I have them with me right now, so you can also see them in a picture form. So let's keep exploring. Now, even with this lot of research and lot of confusing stories available, it still threatens, and it's kind of very intimidating to learn about coconut. And just now I told you, right, it sometimes it's a green big bug, and I was not able to find one, but it comes in a raw form, or it comes in the powder form. So we are going to explore everything together today, all types of forms, how you can use them in your kitchen, and also we are going to see the health benefits. So stay tuned till the end. This video today might be a little longer, so please make sure you watch it till the end, maybe in the break, but if not, please make sure you read the blog and get all the details about the coconut, because I enjoyed writing it, and I'm so excited to share about coconut with you guys today. Okay, so now what is special about coconut? So coconut comes from a coconut palm tree. It is a product of the palm tree, and it grows actually all subtropical and tropical areas all around the world. And of course, being in Florida, we have coconut all the time, and we enjoy the coconut water many times, and it's delicious. It's enough sweet, and it is very, very nutritional. Now this is just about coconut water, but coconut in general, the whole fruit, it's very nutritious. It is loaded with dietary fiber. It has a lot of vitamins and minerals, and it has also healthy fats. Now there is you must have heard about coconut, and there is this belief that coconut is very fatty, and it might cause your arteries to block, or it might be not healthful. So make sure you have to know about that. Yes, coconut has 80% of fat, and 76% of the coconut fat is actually saturated fat. Now what we have heard from the research right now is that saturated fat is not a good fat, especially that which comes from the animal products, right? Because it's the culprit that actually clogs the arteries, and that is the reason they causes the heart problems or heart attack. So now how how come our coconut becomes healthy, and how come the saturated fat from the coconut is a healthier version. So that I'm going to keep a little secret for a little while, because we are going to discuss it about in our weight loss health benefit. But for now, we will just move on with our types of how, in which forms coconut is available in our grocery stores or in supermarkets. So let's explore coconut together. Now the first and the most important part, and you must have heard it about all the time, and especially it made such a huge comeback with coconut water. As if you are not living in tropical regions, probably you must have seen the coconut water in the carton form, but that is okay. Of course, it tastes good, but it still has some of the chemicals and all that stuff. But if you have experienced drinking the real fresh coconut water from the raw and the coconut itself, it's definitely very, very different. It's a very it has that sweet and very fresh taste, and it doesn't have much aroma. It's just like a water, and this is how it looks like. So I have taken a coconut water from this coconut, which we have actually just now broken. So this is how it looks like. It's just like water, and I don't want to spill it, but this is how it will look. It's a little bit of a maybe you can say murky because of the content of these coconut meat in it. Now this coconut water is very energizing. It's mildly sweet. Now it is source of electrolytes and minerals and enzymes, and it helps you actually in any kind of if you have any digestive issues, then it helps you have this energy back, and also it increases the immunity. It is very common practice back home in India that if somebody is sick and if we were supposed to go and visit them in hospital or at home, we used to take coconuts with us, and especially if not coconut, a whole, maybe the coconut water. We'll ask the local vendor whoever has that all kinds of you can say all kinds of gears he had, that he can cut those, and then he'll give us the coconut water in the bottle or in plastic bag, and then we used to take it. So this was a very common practice back home, to take coconut water. And also they used to pamper the pregnant ladies, when in the first trimester, when they are throwing up, had the morning sickness and nausea and vomiting. At that time they were pampered with the coconut water every day, the fresh coconut, and it helped her get the immunity back, boost her immune system, and also feel a little better because it has all natural electrolytes. So this was about the coconut water. So if you have the coconut water accessible in your local stores, even in carton form, make sure you choose the one with the very less chemicals, and please go ahead and have coconut water. It's very healthy and it's very nutritious. So that was about coconut water. Now, how can you use it? How can you use or drink? Just drink it as it is, because like I told you, it's sweet. But you can also make a detox water with it. So just take this coconut water, you can mix with the same quantity of plain regular water, then add berries in it, then add maybe orange wedges with peels in it, and then refrigerate it, and the next day you can sip it. So this is a great idea, or this is a great way of consuming the coconut water. Now we will move on to coconut milk. Now many of us have tried Thai food, and Thai food have good use of coconut milk. Now how is coconut milk made? How do we get it? So one way is you actually, this is the meat I'm talking about. You grate it and then you extract the milk through it by squeezing it nicely, and you get the coconut milk. So this is one way to extract it from the fresh one. But if you have it in the dried form, or if you don't have that, the coconut might not yield that much of milk. That time, what you can do is pour warm water over the shredded coconut, and then let it stand for a couple of minutes, and then squeeze it. So you will get more yield of this coconut water milk. Okay, so this is one kind of this is another way you can make your own coconut milk. Now if you don't want to, there are so many supermarkets, there are so many companies there, they are making coconut milk these days. So we have those in carton form, in canned form, so you can always go ahead and use it. But make sure you check out the ingredient list and always choose which has a less chemicals in it. Okay, so this was how you can make a coconut milk, but then how can you use it? Definitely you can use it in smoothies, you can make it in use it in sauces or curries. And I haven't tried it, but I'm going to. It's about how you can make hot cocoa with the coconut milk. So just use the cocoa powder or the cocoa beans, and then you can make a hot cocoa by stirring a cinnamon stick in it. So that is one of the way. Now coconut cream. It is pretty much the same like a milk cream. So just this very very thick form of the layer which actually floats on the coconut milk. Then the thick layer, the more creamier and richer texture one, that's the coconut cream. And you can get coconut cream in the tin form, in the can form as well. So you can use it also. Now we used it one time in our cooking class, and we were doing our royal cooking class. It is about, we are making these royal Indian dishes which are very, which had a lot of fat, and they were very of course healthy, but they were very rich in their cooking. So we made those with this coconut cream, and we used it to garnish the dishes at the end. But you can also add them a very little. If you end up adding coconut milk, then you might need it maybe half cup. But if you are using coconut cream, then just go ahead and put maybe just one tablespoon. So you can always mix and match and use it that way. So that's when we used it. So you can use in the same way. Or what you can do is make curries or sauces, and you will see the different creamier and more more volumized and more you can say solidified version of the dish. And it is super tasty because it is of course cream. Use sparingly because it is also very high in fat, like everything about coconut is. Now, I don't have coconut cream here, but again, you can get it in carton or in the canned form. Now we will move to coconut oil. Now, what is so special about coconut oil? And it has also made huge headlines, and it is very very popular these days, because it has helped a lot of people. And with so many things going on with soybeans and this GMO and the vegetable oil, a lot of people are switching over to coconut oil. Yes, it is healthy, but again, we will talk about it at the end of this video, that you have to, no matter how healthy stuff is, make sure you use it sparingly, not in everything and everywhere. Now coconut oil, as the name suggests, it is extracted from coconut, and you just basically it's squeezed, and it's pressed to the level, the coconut powder or the coconut in general, that you get the oil from it. The coconut meat is pressed, okay, and coconut oil, this is how it looks like. See. Okay, now you can see it's solid at room temperature here, but below 78, actually this is how it is always in solidified firm texture, because it has saturated fat, and it melts up at around 78 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It starts melting. Now how can you use coconut oil? You can use it for sauteing, making sauces, or baking. It is very commonly used as a carrier oil. If you have watched our previous videos, or if you have attended our Facebook Live series previously, you must have heard coconut oil often when we are talking about sesame oil or mustard oil or almond oil or any kind of oil. When you have to use maybe black seed oil, then you need a carrier oil with it, and it's always this coconut oil. So it is used for its health benefits as an oil itself, or it is great for scalp, it's great for hair growth, and I have my own recipe for hair oil which I make with coconut oil, and I add bunch of spices to it, and that's the reason I have this hair. But yes, this helps. It helps to grow. It helps the fuller scalp, and it also helps the texture of your hair, because these days it's because of pollution and using of the heated products, we have to take good care of our hair and the scalp. Okay, so this is about the coconut oil. Also about the skin, you can use it as a natural moisturizer. So back home we actually use it for massaging little babies, newborn babies. They are massaged with this coconut oil. So it is very commonly used as a natural moisturizer. Or for massaging, and also for any kind of pain like earache or nosebleed. It's very common that we warm this coconut oil little bit, and then this warm, very slightly warmed coconut oil is put in maybe the ear or even in nose with the help of the cotton ball. And the coconut oil is very commonly used in any kind of health issue, any kind of this as a home remedy back home in India. Okay, so this was about coconut oil, and you can use as much as it can be, but when you're cooking with it, make sure you use sparingly, and try and use other oils like avocado oil or olive oil, and mix and match the oils. Okay, now we are going to go to the fresh coconut, and this is how it looks like. Now this is the fresh coconut. This was the whole. Okay, this is how it looked. Then we broke it, then we got the water from it, and this is the white meat we are talking about. Now I'm going to grate this. So this grated will be our fresh coconut, and we also get in the shredded form. This is how it looks like. So you can either grate it yourself, or you can get it the grated one in the ethnic stores, in the frozen aisle. So this is the shredded one. Now how can you use it? Okay, it is excellent for garnishing, so any kind of dishes. It looks just royal, and it gives such a nice garnishing texture, and it looks very royal and nice, and it tastes good too. So you can definitely use it to garnish anything, maybe meat or fish stews or curries, and just sprinkle it. Just take this a little bit and sprinkle it. You can bake with it. You can add in baking, or you can add as a garnish to the hot chocolate. You can make desserts with it. We have many dessert recipes with the coconut. We make one kind of we call it burfi, and we add a sugar and this coconut, and you have to saute it till it solidifies, and oh my god, it tastes so divine. So that is one of the recipe. And we also make chutney with this fresh coconut. So you add this coconut, then maybe Thai chili, the green chili, ginger, garlic, cilantro, salt, lemon juice in blender, and there are so many different versions of the same chutney, and it is eaten with dosa or with idli. And if you have eaten or have ever tasted the South Indian food, then you must have known this chutney. But if not, please leave me a comment, and I'll make sure that the recipe will be there for you. Now about the dried coconut, and this is how it looks like. Okay, I had very less left at home because I keep using it. So okay, you might see it's not fresh white, and it's a little bit of pinkish, because it's a very common practice for us that we roast it before storing. So that's why it is looking like this. It also gets the dry one. You get it in the halves, dried halves, or you can get it in many different, maybe this kind of slices, then in powder form, in grated form, and just maybe in pieces. So dried coconut we get in all kinds of form in the grocery, in the ethnic stores. But it's just a dehydrated or dried form of the fresh coconut. Now, how can you use it? Again, in the same way, you can make it, use it in curries, and then you can make your own spice mixes or rubs with this dried coconut. So we have many ethnic recipes of our spice mixes. One is for specially for one kind of rice. One is for making a one kind of spice mix we call goda masala, which I had mentioned couple of weeks ago when we were talking about the other spices. So, and even the rubs, meat rubs, or even for the any kind of even fish marinades, you can use this coconut. So there are many recipes with these dried coconut. Now it can also be used as a form of garnish, like we just saw, like the fresh one, you can always use this. And this the fresh one, you have to use it in certain time because it has water content in it, and sometimes it's gets spoiled soon. So with the dried one, it's always there. It can be handy if you store it properly. So we always have this in hand, and we always use dried one, or prefer dried one more. Now, in the grocery stores, you must have seen in sweetened and unsweetened form, and in the shredded form. Mostly in America, I have seen people using it for baking and in desserts. So, if you want to skip it, then you can skip it altogether, because it's already so fatty. I don't think it's a good idea to add more sugar to it, so make sweetened coconut. But if you want to use it very sparingly, use it very less. Okay. So this was about coconut forms. Now there are two very popular forms which recently have come in picture, and one of them is coconut flour. And you must have experienced, and you must have seen coconut flour, or the gluten-free maybe tortillas or wraps, or the gluten-free mixes, and which has coconut flour, or even gluten-free desserts and stuff like that. So they all have coconut flour. Now what exactly is coconut flour? So it's nothing but this dried coconut meat. It is powdered more, and then it becomes very soft, and it's very you can roll it. So that's how it is used. So it's pretty much like it's just the coconut. So no wonder, because it's just a coconut, it is gluten free, it has less carbs, and also it is very pliable as well. People can use it for baking. So this is what it is about. And it is of course high in fiber, because coconut is high in fiber. But again, with every of these types and forms I have been explaining, I still want to keep adding that make sure you use all coconut, because it's in so many forms. You have to make sure you use sparingly. Why, we will see. Okay, now coconut sugar. What exactly is coconut sugar? Again, coconut sugar has made such a huge headline that it is the healthiest sugar, and this keeps happening. There is always some problem with people suffering from these diabetes, or some kind of trying to curb their sweet tooth at that time. Then some kind of sugar. So a couple of years back it was honey, then the agave nectar, now coconut sugar. So some or the other form of sweetener keeps coming. Anyway, let's see what coconut sugar is first, then we will see. Now, coconut sugar is a natural sugar made from coconut sap. Now, what is sap? It is actually a sugar circulating fluid from coconut flour. So, they cut the flour, and then they take this sap in a container, and then the sap, the liquid, it's boiled and dehydrated to the level where we get this granulated and brownish colored sugar. And this is nothing but the coconut sugar. Now, it is very it's definitely, it has a couple of small amounts of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, amino acids, and fibers. It's healthier than the white sugar. It is also diabetic friendly, because it helps. It is slightly lower rise of. It helps to lower rise of blood sugar. It won't let your blood sugar spike. So that's why it is diabetic friendly, and it is better than regular sugar. But does it mean that you can go very high on using coconut sugar because it is healthy? No. Again, it is the sugar, so you have to still be very cautious before using it. So you can definitely use it as a substitute, but be careful while using it. So coconut sugar is a good substitute for the white table sugar. Okay, so this was about the coconut sugar. So we have seen practically all of its form. So right from the water, the sweet meat, the fresh one, the dried one, the coconut oil, the dry one, and I think I covered all, and the flour, and also the sugar. So all of these were this is how the coconut is available. And then how come coconut is healthy? It has all vitamins, minerals, it is very rich in dietary fiber, it's low in carbs, but it is high in fats. But still we have to remember that it is high, even if it is high in saturated fat, it's a good kind of fat. Okay, now we will go over to the health benefits. Yes, I need a breather because it was so much of information today, and now we are going to switch on to our first health benefit. Now, coconut supports healthy immune system. It actually boosts your immunity. How that? Because it has all these antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, and anti parasitic properties. It has all of these because coconut contains this acid called lauric acid. It is MCT. And now what is MCT we'll see, which is broken down in one of the compound named monolaurin by our body. And this monolaurin, according to our researchers, it actually it is capable of killing several types of bacteria, disease causing bacteria, right, from staphylococcus to enterococcus, all these bacteria which cause infections. Now not only these, even those infections which antibacterial medicines or which are antibacterial resistant, those are also killed by this lauric acid or the monolaurin. So this is super healthy to boost your immune system. Not only that some of the researchers from Iceland, when they found that lauric acid with the help of capric acid, they together they can actually kill the fungus also, the Candida albicans, which causes the yeast infections. So they are very helpful. So coconut, it can kill bacteria and fungus, and it helps you boost your immune system. So a little bit of coconut every day will help you. Now, what is the second health benefit? And this is the highlight of today. And it is what we are going to talk about, the saturated fat and how it is different from the animal fat. Now, coconut can help maintain or lose weight. How come? Now, we have already confirmed that coconut is loaded with fat and it has saturated fat. But the saturated fat from coconut, it is a medium chain triglyceride fatty acid. Let's remember that. So coconut has MCT, but saturated fats from animal products have long chain triglyceride fatty acids, so LCT. So to make it easy, coconut has MCTs and other products which have saturated fat have LCT. Okay, now I'm not going to go in detail what exactly they are, but then we'll see how our body processes them differently. So what coconut does is that LCT, it is sent and it is made as a fat cell, but MCT, it is actually metabolized, it is sent to the liver and it is metabolized right away. And this metabolism, it actually burns calories because it is broken down so rapidly, and the energy is absorbed by the body. So this energy actually it requires to form everything. This requires energy, and this burns your calories. So it is very common that any dietary from, again, our studies have suggested that people who get a lot of MCT from diet, from any kind of diet, not from any kind of medication, but from the diet, can burn actually average of 100 more calories than compared to those who don't eat those kind of diet. And coconut is rich in this MCT. Clearly, with all this and coconut having MCT, it can clearly help you maintain or lose weight. So it is great for weight loss, again in moderate quantities. Now let's see our third health benefit, and that is that coconut helps increase good cholesterol. Now can you believe that we started saying that this spice actually was very badly reputed by saying that it was the cause of artery clogging problem and heart disease, and now we are saying that it actually is good for cholesterol, and it actually will help heart disease. So we have to be really careful with these studies and what we hear from the media, and not every Facebook post or every tweet you get, probably it doesn't even mean something. So make sure you know your sources before you start following any of these reports or posts. Okay, so what is how coconut helps increase good cholesterol? Now coconut has two of these acids, okay, lauric acid, and it also has this myristic acid. Now lauric acid, it actually helps not to increase the LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, and the myristic acid, it actually boosts the good cholesterol, HDL. So in general, coconut will not allow bad cholesterol to raise, but it will help the good cholesterol to raise. So in all, that coconut actually, it will help you raise the levels of good cholesterol, and it without affecting bad cholesterol. If that helps, the coconut is good for cholesterol. That's what I mean. Now, very, very important part we have reached here. I have to ask you, I don't know how many of you guys eat avocado or you love avocado. So how come I'm jumping from coconut to avocado? Because again, avocado is super healthy. It has gained a lot of popularity these days, and people are loving it, they are eating it, but how much? Every day, not more than half or 1/4 of avocado for a person. I know it's a good kind of fat, it's good for your brain, it's good for your health, but you can actually overdo even the healthiest of food. And same is true for our coconut. Now coconut has so many interesting products, it has so many health benefits, it has so many uses, and it is very, very good in tasting. Like, it's yummy because the coconut water is good, coconut milk is nice, you also get coconut yogurt. So there are so many products and so many uses of them that it's very easy to get carried away. So you start with your day with maybe adding coconut milk or even coconut water in the smoothie, then later in the day you are having something with coconut, again in the later you are having maybe coconut fried shrimp or something like that. So if you keep adding coconut to your diet, then it might be a problem. So what I mean here is, no matter which spice I always told you about, no matter which spice you consume, no matter what you add to your diet, everything in moderation. Enjoy it, relish it, but then don't overdo it. So this was all about coconut, and I think today I tried to get everything in this video and this vlog. It was a huge challenge. Sometimes I don't even have much information about the spice, and we are trying to find a lot of information. With coconut, we have to really be very, very discreet and try to maybe make it very, very compressed for you guys to understand it. So please make sure you leave a comment, because I really would like to know how did you like today's video, what did you feel about this information we tried to provide to you. Read our blog. If you like anything from this video, make sure you share, you comment, let us know what you liked about this blog, or what was the controversial part you felt about our today's video. So thank you very much for watching this today, right now on Facebook Live. Thank you very much for watching this later on the YouTube channel, and please keep posting, keep asking what you would like us to start working on, because we are super excited to bring our next series, because just 3 more spices. Today was 49, 50th, 51st and 52nd. 3 more to go, and then we will stop our spice series. But it was always pleasure to meet you every Tuesday with the new spice, and today was the coconut. Thank you very much, Chroma. Thank you those who have always joined us. Thank you very much, Nisha. I'm glad you like this information. Keep in touch, keep asking questions, and see you next week with a new spice.